I'm Gretchen Small, Director of Programs and Collections, and for this month's Curator's Pick, I want to share with you a special feature in the Butterworth Center Library. When we first opened the doors to the Butterworth Center Library, the first thing that draws most people's eyes is the incredible fireplace mantle. There are many interesting features on this massive carved stone fireplace. Let's start with the 5 heads that run across the front top. They appear to be Roman. We don't know who each head depicts, but they may well have been the men of letters from that time period. The men of letters were the learned men who were researching and working to advance academia. Then if we go to this corner, we see 2 guards in uniform holding a shield, and right above that is another Roman head that appears to have wings. But if we go down past our heads, we come to the other end with 2 lions holding the shield. Another Roman head above. Looks like he has a robe around his shoulders. And then we span down to a Roman head on the side with various plants running down the outside edge. So where did the mantle come from, and who carved this massive fireplace, which stands about 7 feet 9 inches tall by 10 feet 4 inches wide and just under 3 feet deep from the wall to the front? The story of the mantle begins with the 1917 architectural plans for the Butterworth edition of the library. The library edition was designed by prominent Chicago architects Marshall and Fox. The plans show that the interior was supplied and overseen by French and Company of New York. French and Company was founded in 1907 and was considered one of the largest art dealers in the world at that time. We believe our mantle was carved by New York stone carvers, probably in New York, then transported to Moline in sections to be assembled on site. I so wish that someone had taken pictures of that assembly process. The next step in our research comes in a chance encounter with a travel magazine while sitting in a waiting room of a doctor's office. Flipping through an article about Leeds Castle in Kent, England, a picture of a fireplace and mantle appeared. I realized that the mantle looked like the Butterworth mantle. At the end, we'll post the link to a YouTube video that shows the interior of Leeds Castle. Leeds Castle has a long history dating back to 857 AD. But the time period important to our story dates to 1925, when the castle was purchased by an American heiress named Lady Bailey. Lady Bailey had the funds to carry out an extensive restoration. Since 1976, the historic castle has been open to the public and is definitely on my bucket list to visit someday. I'd love to stay in the Knights glamping tents. I think that would really be unique. So because of the magazine article, I went online and reached out to Leeds Castle. I described the size of the Butterworth mantle and sent them a photograph. They answered back that their mantle is the same size as ours. I also learned that Lady de Bailey purchased the mantle in 1926 from a French chateau. Since she purchased the mantle in 1926, that means our mantle was copied from this original mantle while it was still in France. Leeds Castle was happy to get my email and hoped that I could tell them the name of the French chateau that Lady de Bailey purchased it from. They did not have this information in their records. I so wish that I could have helped them. We too would love to know where the original was when it was in France. Another item to add to my to-do list is to read through the historical records of French & Company to see if I can find anything related to the Butterworth home. Now that you know what we know about our wonderful mantle in the Butterworth Center Library, I want to share with you one other interesting feature about our fireplace. I never thought about the firebox until one day we had a gentleman on a tour get excited about the firebox. And that's what you call the area where the fire is built, the inside bricked area. He said we had a Rumford fireplace and that he had heard of them but never seen one in person before. Of course, I had to do some research on Rumford. A Rumford fireplace was invented by Sir Benjamin Thompson, Count Rumford, who was born in the US but became a British physicist. He was a prolific inventor and was best known for his investigations of heat. His invention of the Rumford firebox became state-of-the-art worldwide in the 1790s. His firebox consisted of angled side walls which were designed to reflect heat into the room. And then there was a streamlined throat which carried smoke up with less loss of heated air to the room. From what I have read, the Rumford fireplace was common from 1796 about 1850. So it is unique that in the 1910s, one was added to the Butterworth home. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about a Rumford fireplace, firebox, and also the spectacular carved mantle here at the Butterworth Center. Be sure and come and visit it in person sometime because it's so much better in person. I'll see you next month. Bye.